Hi, folks. So, one of my lockdown hobbies has been visible mending projects. I love a bit of sewing, and today I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. I don't know if you could see, but I had this idea of, embroidering with a heart. Why not? Anyway, it, it just really made me think as I was sewing this one about that Japanese art of mending things. I think it's called kintsugi. Is that right? And it's the idea of mending something and doing something to it that makes it even more beautiful, despite its fragility, perhaps its vulnerability. And I rather like to think of voices like that. Sometimes the imperfection of a voice and the vulnerability in that is very much what makes the voice beautiful. It's what makes someone's voice work, and the beauty of someone's voice when they honor it in all of its glorious vulnerability. That to me is sort of similar to that the visible mending projects, that you're making something a bit more creative and a bit more beautiful rather than trying to make it perfect and seamless. And I sometimes think that the voice is more powerful when it's allowed to be vulnerable. I would much rather hear a emotionally connected but vulnerable voice than I would hear a technically perfect and seamless voice which doesn't have that emotional connection and that messiness. I'd rather hear messy. And yes, as a voice specialist, I want to hear that the voice is working in a healthy way. But to me, it's more important that the voice is emotionally connected. And I would rather hear someone really speak or sing truthfully and authentically when they get up there than to see something manicured but without presence or connection. So my advice to you is be inspired and do some visible mending if that works for you, if that's something you like doing. And more importantly, start to play with your voice from the perspective of visible mending and acknowledge imperfections, because that's what makes your voice unique. That's what makes things fun and playful, because when you get playful, that's when the magic happens. When you get playful, that's when your voice becomes freer than it's ever been. When you stop putting pressure on yourself for it to be perfect and allow yourself to really take risks and mess up, that's when the good stuff happens. So visible mending projects all round. That's in my opinion, the best way forwards. I would much rather start with an emotionally connected voice that's a bit messy and back it up with technique than I would start with perfect technique and then sprinkle the emotion on top like it's decorations on a cake. Emotion is not. Emotion is part of the cake that makes your voice complete. It's the basic ingredients that makes your voice whole and authentic and real. So whether you're a speaker or a singer, whether you're professional level or amateur or anything in between, start with play, start with exploration, enjoy the vulnerability and all its messiness, and perfect it later. Good. Hope that makes sense, and I will see you soon.